I have a Kenmore Connect, code OE. This is my second time changing this, so here we go. Last time I did it, I took apart the whole machine. We don't have to do that here. We're just gonna tilt it back and go in from the bottom. All we're gonna do is undo the screws. There's 3. I already got it loose right here. My bad on the camera angle here. It's almost impossible to record. We're going to remove this hose clamps right here. So make sure when you do remove it, you have something to catch that water. It wasn't much right here, but normally there's more water. And something I forgot to mention too, obviously drain it before and disconnect your washer. And there's also going to be another hose clamp on top. Just go ahead and remove that. Once you do that, it should give you easier access to remove everything else. It's not much. Next part, it's gonna be removing the wires from the back. I had trouble taking them out, but just keep moving it around, they'll come out. Once you get it out, just go ahead and inspect it. Make sure there's no pieces of clothes, hair in there, etc. I don't see anything that's a problem on mine, so the new one I got looks a little bit different, but it did fit. You're going to have 3 screws. Just go ahead and take those out. I eventually get it off. Let's go and check it out. See what you see, and don't look too bad. It turns out that the face of it is pretty much coming apart. You just feel it. So if you look a little bit closer, you can see that it's actually bent. So we figured out the issue. Let's go ahead and get it changed. Go ahead and stick the other one back on and put these screws back in. I'm going to have trouble right here on the bottom one. So there's a screw on the bottom of this bracket. It comes loose, so you'll see it right now. Just to get that bottom screw tied up. You see it right here. This is actually the second time I have to change it. The first time I had to take the whole machine apart. It took forever. It took around 3 hours. This legit took me an hour or so, probably less. The only reason it took me an hour is because I was recording. Just make sure when you tilt the machine back, it's secured and you won't die. And here we go, putting it back together. Pretty much do everything you did, but just backwards, and everything will stick back on. For me, the most difficult part was putting it back in, just making sure everything's tied back up and making sure it don't come loose. Taking it out wasn't a problem at all. That was pretty fast. For some reason, I had so much trouble with these clamps. For some reason, I just couldn't get them back on, but they're on. And just making sure you put that drain tube back. It goes out through the front, just how you saw in the beginning of the video. And just making sure these screws get put back in. It's 3. Just making sure these clamps are back in, nice and tight. For some reason, I had so much trouble with this, but it's back on, it's ready to go. And also the angle does not help you out. It's just a bad angle. But this is how it looks like. Everything tied up, everything looks good. There's that drain line. And putting the last 2 screws in. And just adding the plastic back on, and it this should be ready to go. The code is gone and it's ready to get back to work.